Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we're super happy to have you here. And if you've been listening and enjoying for a while, I would be super grateful if you would please take a moment to give us a review on Apple Podcasts. It's one of the best and simplest ways to pay it forward and help others find the show so that they too can tap into the powerful perspectives and positive vibrations we are collectively emanating. The other unique and magical way to share this show is by sending any friends you think would benefit from listening to this podcast our Game with the Universe link at positivehead.com/game. Also listed in the show notes, which will serve them up a quote-unquote random episode when they click it. Just instruct them before clicking the link to close their eyes for a moment and sincerely ask the universe to cue up the episode that contains the insight and perspectives that they most need to hear at this point in their life journey, and then click to listen to whatever episode is synchronistically served up to them. I have heard time and time again from people about the incredible results they received playing the game. So just tell your friends magical results are guaranteed or their karma back. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we grow. 2023 is upon us. First time recording. So glad to be dived into the deep end of the pool. Well, maybe it's the shallow end of the pool for 2023. It's only the second. But I'm feeling very optimistic about this year. And as we talked about on Friday's show, it's a 7-year. So a lot of, spiritual growth and intuition, and definitely feeling that for myself. I feel ready to level up in all the ways. And, I know there's a lot of mixed things out there about resolutions and what to do and what not to do. And they're bad or they're good or, anything in between, like most things in life, right? There's an opinion in every which way around it. And for me, I like the resetting, just that collective energy of like, all right, it's an opportunity to maybe shift some things and just try again, try to be more disciplined, that kind of thing. So for me, it works nicely in that regard. So I'm feeling that energy strongly. Hope you all are as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull, I've been pulling cards periodically from Michael Singer's Untethered Soul deck. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull a couple cards with sort of the intention of something that's really necessary for this year for us. Like, calling it in. Let's see a card that's really relevant for 2023 for myself and anyone who, this broadcast lands upon their ears. I would say it's a vibrational match. And so that's what we're going to do here today. And before we do that, I would like to take a quick moment to read a review from Kylie Ireland on Apple Podcasts. I've been asking you guys to leave reviews because it helps us to reach new people and fuels me and Erica's fire to continue this labor of love. So Kylie wrote, I absolutely love Brandon and Erica and all of their insight. I have been listening for years, and it definitely helps me to stay on track and live in an awareness of this beautiful journey of life. Thank you guys so much for all you do. I would absolutely recommend this podcast and have shared it with most of the people closest to me. Oh, thank you, Kylie, for taking the time to reflect back this direction. It feels really, really good to hear that. And I appreciate it. And if you haven't reviewed yet, would appreciate it if you would take the time to do so. If not, we'll still love you. But it would be great if you did. One other thing I wanted to share before I pull some cards here from the Untethered Soul deck. I want, as I mentioned, I'm focusing using this New Year's an opportunity to refocus on, more discipline from diet, exercise, meditation. I did hot yoga this morning, which I haven't done in months. And one of the meditations I did is super powerful. And it was really, really just impactful. I thinking on it with the concept around it. I know Dr. Joe Dispenza does a meditation similar to this, and I've kind of come across this concept a few times, and it really landed for me when I was meditating early this morning, thinking about we talked on an episode a month or so ago about the Nobel Prize this year in physics was given to someone who has proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that quantum entanglement is a real thing, and the spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, particles that can be entangled, and then one can affect the other across any distance instantly, so faster than the speed of light. And it also sort of supports this idea of the double slit experiment, which shows when consciousness is looking at something, a particle snaps into place, and when consciousness is not, the observer is not there, it's in a state of quantum superposition. It could be in many potentials at once. And so what's a really powerful that I did for the first time this morning is, as I'm closing my eyes, imagining that, I not only meditating on like the being in space, the blackness of space, but like, this idea, Einstein talked about it. He's like, hold on. When he was talking about this concept, he said, hold on, are you saying when I'm not looking, the moon isn't there? And, that's what the physics is kind of showing. And it's really wild to think about you closing your eyes in meditation and everything has disappeared in your consciousness, pure consciousness floating in, infinite nothingness. And so imagining that you're accessing the quantum field, like Dr. Joe talks about and others, to be pure consciousness. And if you think about like, hold on, if I close my eyes, then my desk isn't in front of me, or whatever's in the room, right? It's gone. If you think and tap into that, what that would feel like, what a powerful way to explore meditation and consciousness. Definitely. It gives you a feeling. It makes me think a little bit of this movie, The Fountain. If you guys haven't seen The Fountain, there's like a scene where the main character is going in and out of different, versions of himself, different realities. And at one point is like his higher self floating in the cosmos. It's really a beautiful, very artistic, very beautiful movie. Highly, highly recommend it. And that's kind of the feeling that I got. So I just thought, I experienced that this morning, and I thought I would share with you guys, something to play with as you explore, doubling down on your meditation in the new year, which I imagine there's some people out there doing that. So, all right. With that being said, I am going to grab the Untethered Soul deck by Michael Singer. And if you're not familiar, The Untethered Soul is an awesome book, and he, of course, created this deck, which is, really just snippets from the book. So it's a great way to sort of for us to co-create and play together to see what is in store for this new year, 2023. Calling in energetically before I pull here something that really speaks to everyone listening. In regards to a perspective that we can explore in this new year that will take us to the next greatest and grandest version of ourselves, that will elevate us to our ultimate potential in 2023. That's what I'm calling in, and I'm going to I'll pull one at first and then just kind of tell you what comes up for me once I read it, and then we'll see how long I wax poetic about it, and then maybe we'll pull others depending on how it goes here. So let's see what comes up for us. Okay, first card I pulled. Ooh, okay. It's a question. Two questions posed to you to ponder this new year. What if it is really true that God is not judging? What if God is loving? I love that. It's a really, I love how these two questions are back to back, because judgment is the absence of love, right? If you're judging someone as, why they should be different or what's wrong, or it's not, you're not tapped into a vibration of unconditional love and acceptance. And, this idea of judgment really trips up so many of us. I mean, we all have to, it's like that slippery slope of constantly. That's one of the things I've really been checking myself with too lately, is ever falling into, oh, here's this person who does this thing that I don't like. Oh, and then someone I work with, or my partner, a girlfriend. We both observe we don't like this thing. It's easy when you spend a lot of time with someone to observe the things that you don't necessarily prefer that come through someone in your field, and that leads into a very slippery slope of judging. Where let's make jokes about let's judge them together. Oh, yep, and so I've been really like, oh, here's a person like, there's someone that used to live. I thought of this. There's someone that used to live here a while back. Not the favorite roommate that's ever been here, certainly by my partner, and it's easy to when this person like kind of came around for the first time in a long time to start talking about some of those things that we didn't prefer, and it's like, hold on, what's happening here? Am I and even my partner, this person kind of triggers them, and then she'll say, oh, okay, and I gotta like notice in myself that these triggers are my weak spot, and this person is actually doing them. They're, and not everyone has to be for us, right? Not everyone is your cup of tea. That's okay. Don't let that turn into judgment and looking down on or better than. And that's a tricky one. It really can be. And I think as we, especially as we go on this spiritual journey, anyone tuning into this broadcast is really working on themselves, is really committed to wanting to be their greatest and greatest self, is starting to realize the ultimate nature of reality, that they're one with the source consciousness that creates and animates all things. Most people listening to this show are figuring that out, right? And so what about those that haven't figured that out? Are we better than them? Are you superior? Nope. It's all necessary. It's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of what God needs and wants to experience. So God is loving to it all. God loves look at even the examples in the Bible of, Jesus, who is, supposedly this enlightened being, and, was spending time with the prostitutes and, the people that were looked down, that were judged. He wasn't judging them. And that's the irony of what, a lot of happened with Christianity, is it's been turned into this machine for judgment. Not always, but there's certainly a fair amount of that just in the world in general. Right. And so how do we learn to see through the eyes of love, which is knowing that it's all perfectly imperfect? The person who has no idea of spiritual concepts, who hasn't done any self-work, who's self-indulgent, who's, maybe just obnoxious, whatever it is, that is a part of source that is experiencing right now and needs that and wants that. And it's happening for a reason, and it's building on itself to lead to something else, and something, yes, maybe it'll lead to something more and more beautiful from a certain perspective. But, if you understand it from the ultimate perspective, you can't have the beautiful without the less than beautiful, right? And so it's all beautiful. It's all happening for good. It's all happening for love. And what if God is loving? God must be loving, and for us that are on the path that are learning how to be unconditionally loving like that, it's like, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. When you, tap into this idea that you're the one, but you're also, so is everyone else. Or I put on my, on social media the other day, I identify as everything/nothing, right? I am it all. I am that incredible. And that comes from nothing, which is nothing, the void. And so stay humble. Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about our sponsor, Talkspace. As a listener of this podcast, it's important to prioritize your mental health and wellness, because when you work on yourself, you'll start to see and feel positive changes in all areas of your life. When it comes to getting help via therapy, Talkspace makes it super convenient to get mental health care with or without insurance to fit your needs. The long-term effects of therapy can give you the tools to deal with challenges as they arise and lead to a more optimistic outlook on life. And you don't need to wait until something goes wrong in your life to work with a therapist. Of course, Talkspace is also there to help with any specific challenges you might be facing. It's the #1 online therapy platform with thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. Your therapist can help you set and achieve your goals. And as a listener of this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com and use code POSITIVE. So to match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com and use the code POSITIVE to get $100 off of your first month. All right, that's one for us. Let's see, we got time for another one, I think. Let's see what comes up. Ooh, one kind of popped out right away. Let's see what it is. Your heart is an instrument made of extremely subtle energy that few people come to appreciate. But in truth, you are not your heart. You are the experience of your heart. Your heart is an instrument made of extremely subtle energy that few people come to appreciate. But in truth, you are not your heart. You are the experience of your heart. Whew. Yeah, it's all. I mean, we had Deborah Rosman on from Heart Math recently talking about the power of the heart and experiencing. When you're experiencing through the heart, you are experiencing through, it's like the eyes of God is the heart, right? So we're these two together. It's like, how do we move out of judgment into alignment with our higher self, source, consciousness, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. The heart, that's the instrument. That's the path. In this, the Untethered Soul talks a lot about the heart. Opening the heart, leaving the heart open is the most important thing that you can do to all situations all the time. If you're opening and closing it all the time, you're opening and closing the tap to source, right? Why would you ever turn it off? Why would you ever turn off the chi, life force energy flowing from your source by closing your heart? Because as soon as you close your heart, you're not in alignment with source. You're not in alignment with God. You're not in alignment with your higher self. You're not in alignment with love. And you're sort of floating off, like a vacuum that's had its plug unpulled, pulled out of the wall, right? You're still running, but you're running on fumes. And so everything is about experiencing whatever's coming your way through your heart. Really moving into the heart. Use the brain, use the head for calculations and the tasks that it's meant for. But when it comes to deeply experiencing and feeling what is and getting to the truth and seeing the beauty in someone, getting to where I'm not going to judge this person. This person seems hard to love, or I'm quick. My instinct is to judge them. Ooh, what an opportunity in disguise. Okay, I'm going to approach them and train and experience them through my heart instead of my head in these filters, because we're so quick to put everyone in boxes, right? It helps our brain to understand what the heck's going on. This person dresses this way, they talk this way, they sound like this, they look like this. So I can compartmentalize them and move on, right? Stop doing that. Instead, maybe that one that is really we all have heard, don't judge the book by its cover, right? Maybe the cover is really not attractive. Use that as an invitation to explore through the heart. And you may find something really beautiful behind that cover, in a world that is so fixated on filters and presentation on social media. Let's get more to the depth of things. What a great time to do it, right? This brand new year, I'm going to be more in my heart. I'm going to approach those that I normally approach with my nose turned up and turned off and like, I don't care for this person, but they're in your world, right? Guess why they're in your world? There's an opportunity there. Your triggers are your treasures. And if they're triggering you, there's a gift there. And if you want to get to the gift in the present, in the moment, the next now moment, when you share a moment with them, move into your heart. Start trying to experience them through your heart and see what kind of difference that makes. And I think you already know. It will make a difference. And oh, how funny. I just looked up and got chills because I previously chosen the song for today. And I forgot what song, I quote unquote randomly chose. It's called Heartbeat by Danit. Danit is the artist. Beautiful lyrics, beautiful song, synchronistically aligned. I literally chose this way before, knowing what I was going to talk about on the show. So magic is real. You are magic. I am so honored to be a part of your journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being. Until next time, journey well.
Behind all illusion there's reality. Reminder of simplicity. Surrender our souls to the mystery. Opening our hearts completely. Behind all illusion there's reality. Reminder of simplicity. Surrender our souls to the mystery. Opening our hearts completely. We're circling around and around and around on this wheel of life. Breathing in and out, life breathing in and out, love. Connecting what that is and embracing here and now, here and now, here and now. Misunderstanding and tricky games of the mind try to wake us up from time to time. They try to shake us up inside, but they invite to realize that we're circling around and around and around on this wheel of life. Breathing in and out, life breathing in and out, love. Connecting what that is and embracing here and now, here and now, here and now. If we only seek, we won't find, 'cause seeking make human hearts blind. If we only seek, we won't find, 'cause seeking make human hearts blind. Be open and trust, 'cause what may come to you will come right through you, to you, through you, to you, through you, to you, through you. Circling around and around and around on this wheel of life. Breathing in and out, life breathing in and out, love. Connecting what that is and embracing here and now. Pure and true gratitude streaming from me to you whole life. Praying for awareness, now is the time to unite, unite. Pure and true gratitude streaming from me to you all life. Praying for awareness, now is the time to unite, unite. Connecting to the universe, so heartbeat.